They're gonna catch me at John C. Reilly's house.
Wait, was
Quoting Walk Hard. Yes. You don't want no part of this shit, do we?
You don't want no part of this.
He's like, yo, man, I have better movies for one. Like, we never like really introduce ourselves during this podcast, I don't think. Do you want to tell them more about your life, Adam?
No. I'm a private person.
Yeah, that's fair. You don't need all your fans swarming you.
Yeah. You gotta separate that stuff, man. You can't get... I want the fame, but like... I don't want all the stuff that comes with the fame. You know what I mean? I just want the money and power.
Yeah. Want the money, power, the influence.
Mm-hmm. I don't need people knowing all my personal shit, though.
That's right. The bidet.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my god, yeah. Have you actually had a bidet?
No, I've never had a bidet.
It's a magical experience.
Really?
That's not a joke.
When did you use a bidet?
It was years ago. I've only done it twice.
Oh, okay, twice. Like, was this... Were you someplace really fancy?
Yeah,
or
just fancy
out
building.
Of the country? It was a fancy building?
Mm-hmm.
One of them big old tall fancy buildings like what you's got in the city?
Actually, it wasn't in Washington. It was in North Carolina.
Oh.
It was at, I can't remember the name. It was some stupid golfing resort. I had to go. I worked at Forest Creek, and there's a bunch of old dudes that play golf, and they offered me money to be like a caddy at a really fancy golfing resort place.
Yeah. Because you were not a caddy.
No.
You worked with the carts,
yeah.
right?
No, it was just like they needed caddies, and like the people they usually do, like, I guess flaked on them. Need someone last second. I could, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, but they were super nice, and they were drunk most of the time, so it really didn't matter.
Fair enough. Drunk equals generous with tips?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
One time I got a tip just because I recognized a Pink Floyd song.
What?
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
What were the circumstances, and also what song was it?
No, they were just driving in, and a lot of them drive with like speakers and stuff, and they came in playing Comfortably Numb, and I was like, Pink Floyd, that's cool. And he was like, you know Pink Floyd? He was just so shocked, and I was like, yeah, they're good. Big fan. And he gave me $100, and I was like, nice. I am so happy I know about Pink Floyd.
Oh, that's kind of mad at you now. No one's ever given me $100 because I know Pink Floyd.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. I wish that were a job. Like, fuck our day jobs. Fuck this podcast. If I could get paid just to know Pink Floyd songs,
yeah,
that's the dream, right? I guess. Yeah. Money is a gas. Alright. Welcome to Filmthropology. Today we're going to be tackling Taxi Driver and the attempted assassination of President Ronald Reagan.
Crazy. You know what? Okay, I have to get this. It's just something on my mind.
Yep.
What was that really dumb? Oh my gosh, it was a really dumb movie with like Jimmy Fallon, and he was like a cab driver or something.
Taxi.
Okay.
Yes. This is Martin Scorsese's
No, I know, but every time
1976 Taxi Driver, not to be confused with 2005's Taxi Driver.
No, I think you said it was just Taxi, right?
Yes, it's just Taxi. With Queen Latifah and
Queen Latifah and Tom Brady's wife.
Is Giselle in that?
Yeah.
Oh God, I started that movie.
No, it's really bad, and yeah. I feel kind of bad bringing it up.
Yeah,
in the same spotlight as Taxi Driver, but I also thought it'd be really funny to bring up. Because I actually get these movies mixed up all the time, and I think it's really funny.
I hate it. I do too. You're like, you're not the only one. I'm like,
oh my God,
Taxi.
It has a 9% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, like they are very different films. like I don't know if two films.
Yeah, I think Taxi was probably the more emotionally heavy movie for sure.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Queen Latifah really knocked it out of the park. So yeah, sorry for the crazy side.
No, that's fine.
But yeah, we got into a similarly named movie, Taxi.
Yes.
And
yes. So to clarify,
we're not talking about.
We will be discussing the 1976 film from Martin Scorsese entitled Taxi Driver, not to be confused with the 2004 film Taxi, starring Queen Latifah and Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah, and Tom Brady's wife.
Brady's wife. She has a name, Giselle.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know her last name.
I don't know. I assume it's Brady. Actually,
she's
that's probably
famous
not true.
supermodel. Whatever.
She is. What is it?
She's fun.
Giselle Bündchen? I don't know. Anyway.
Sure. Let's talk about Robert De Niro.
Let's talk about exactly. All right, so Taxi Driver, 1976, written by Paul Schrader. Has written several other films, mostly indie films. Done a lot of work with Martin Scorsese. Paul Schrader wrote Last Temptation of Christ, Raging Bull, some newer ones called The First Reformed, The Card Counter, Dark. Also, Paul apparently is a director in his own right. Directed by Martin Scorsese. Do I even have to? I mean,
I don't.
do I even have to go down?
I don't even know that. Is he good?
He's not bad.
Okay.
Some of his repertoire includes The Departed, The Aviator, Gangs of New York, Wolf of Wall Street, The Color of Money, Casino, Goodfellas, The Irishman, Shutter Island.
Have you seen all those?
I have not seen The Color of Money. I have seen all the other ones.
I haven't seen that one either, actually.
Yeah.
What's your favorite?
Out of like all the ones I just named, or just from him?
No, out of all of his movies.
I really enjoy Gangs of New York and Wolf of Wall Street. That being said, I also enjoy The Aviator.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I think all of his movies that I've seen.
Yeah, it's arguable that Goodfellas is probably his best film. Like, if... Once again, that is the prevailing opinion, I think. Then again, could be Taxi Driver. I don't know. So, brief plot synopsis of Taxi Driver. Well, actually, no, hold up. Which one is your favorite film? Do you think?
I was thinking about it. For me, it's like between I love all of them. Let me just say that before I say this.
Sure.
Okay. For me, it's between Casino.
Wow.
And I know it's more of his more recent work, but I really, really like The Irishman.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie, I was not expecting you to name those two as your
I know.
top ones.
I love all his movies though. So like these are by like very thin margins here.
That's
okay.
True. Well, that's the thing here. Martin Scorsese is widely considered one of the greatest living directors of our time. I think.
I mean, never mind. I almost spoiled. Never mind. I had to stop myself.
What?
I almost took your part.
What are you?
Don't worry.
Were you about to spoil Taxi Driver for everybody, or
not the movie, but like what you're going to be talking about? And I felt like I was jumping the gun, so I had to stop myself.
Okay, well, let's get into it. For those who have not seen Taxi Driver, I'm sorry, I'm eating cookies at the same time.
Come on, man, be professional.
Taxi Driver follows a disillusioned, disenfranchised Vietnam vet named Travis Bickle, played by Robert De Niro, who works as a third-shift taxi driver, cruising the streets of New York City at night with only his thoughts and the temporary company of his passengers. Eventually, he encounters a woman named Betsy, who is played by Sybil Shepherd, working on as a volunteer campaign staff member for a local politician. They begin to develop a romantic relationship, albeit short-lived, as it implodes when Travis takes her to see a pornographic film as a second date. So that doesn't go well. He's alone again, then encounters a 12-year-old prostitute, which he befriends by the name of Iris, played by Jodie Foster. He immediately becomes immensely concerned for her well-being, and continues to spiral into a fanatical interest in the politician that Betsy was staffed under. This all spirals out of control as the movie progresses, but I will not spoil it for anybody.
Yeah, let's. Don't want to spoil the
yet. Here's the thing.
50-year movie.
Spoiler alert: we are going to have to spoil the ending later when we get into what happens after the film's release. But first, a little bit of backstory. Written by Paul Schrader, ends up with Martin Scorsese after Martin finishes and releases Boxcar Bertha, which kind of got him noticed. Not quite a household name yet, but got him noticed because he did the film and it got one of the actresses a Oscar nomination. So,
nice.
The story was inspired. All right, so now I can't even go very far. Actually, I have to spoil the movie immediately. Spoiler alert ahead. As the film progresses, basically, the main character, Travis Bickle, ends up stalking the politician and eventually trying to commit an assassination against him, but is thwarted. Later, De Niro's character, Bickle, tries to, quote-unquote, save Iris, the 12-year-old prostitute, from her life, and basically just goes on a shooting spree at the brothel, I suppose, if you want to call it that, which she conducts her work, and also, I believe, kills her pimp, who is played by Harvey Keitel. Yeah, so there you go. That's what happens. In the end, he becomes a media hero for saving this girl and reuniting her with her family, who lives out in bumfuck nowhere. And
can't relate.
Exactly. Ends up going pretty well for Travis Bickle in the film. So the screenplay was based on actual events, very heavily based on the attempted assassination of George Wallace in 1972 by a guy named Arthur Bremer. Very similar circumstances to Travis Bickle. Another loosely inspired, or another event that loosely served as inspiration was an attempted assassination on Gerald Ford during his presidency in 1975 by Lynette Squeaky Fromme.
What a date.
Yeah, she was a member of the Manson family.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. She didn't get thrown in jail like everybody else, apparently. She got released, and, very soon after, I guess they corrected that and threw her in jail for trying to kill President Ford. So, the film gained other circumstances here. De Niro had just won Best Actor for Godfather Part 2 prior to the release of Taxi Driver, and Scorsese was following up on his film Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore. Some fun facts. Originally, Kim Basinger was offered the role of Iris but turned it down. Dustin Hoffman...
Oh, snap.
Yeah. Dustin Hoffman was offered the lead role, but turned it down vehemently, apparently. And my favorite little bit of info here, Neil Diamond almost played the lead role.
Excuse me?
Yes, literally only because he was friends with the producer.
That's so weird.
Yeah, that would have been really weird and just really out of pocket, I think.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. During the making...
You know what that reminds me of just a little bit?
What?
That kind of reminds me of how I feel about, the, Matrix, and how Will Smith almost got the role of Neo.
What?
Wait, hold up. Did I just...
You just blew my fucking mind. I didn't know that.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, the two big roles that, Will Smith denied that... Because he denied The Matrix for Wild Wild West.
Oh, no. Oh, sir.
Yeah. His agent fucking sucks, right?
Yeah. His agent fucking needed to be fired. I hope he was.
But yeah, no, he could have been Neo.
Yeah.
But it's I guess it feels... I just don't imagine Will Smith as Neo. I just don't know what that movie looks like, but I feel like it couldn't be better than Keanu Reeves' version, actually. In my opinion. So,
yeah.
That's kind of how I feel about that. I'm glad that didn't happen.
Kinda. I picture him playing it similar to Hancock.
I don't know if I would like that. But yeah.
Sorry, I'm just thinking about the way I said Hancock, because it sounded like I was from Boston. Yeah, I picture him playing it like he played Hancock. They can both fly. Alright, so... No, that's fucking weird, though. I can't picture that. Yeah.
Could you imagine him... No. Did I say the other movie that he denied?
No, what was it?
Django Unchained?
Oh, really?
As Django.
Why'd he turn that one down?
He didn't... The script was a little too much for him.
Ah. Was it the... Just, all the...
Yeah.
I don't know how to say it. Racism? Blatant racism?
It was just a little too,
Or was it the blood?
I don't know,
violence?
he's still trying to uphold from what I understand, he was trying to still uphold, a family image and whatnot. So...
I guess...
being in that movie wouldn't help facilitate that. But then he slapped Chris Rock.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't think the family image works after you slap Chris Rock on the Oscar stage. But I've never been famous, so I could be wrong.
Well, he should have kept her name out of his fucking mouth.
That's
am I
right. That's right.
Sorry. I hate that we're having a conversation about Taxi Driver and I somehow managed to take it all the way to the fucking Oscar slap. I hate it.
Yeah. Oscar Gate. Slapgate.
Yeah. I hate it.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I hate how much attention that whole event had.
Yeah, I know. Honestly, what really got me about that whole thing that no one talked about, no one wanted a G.I. Jane 2. Nobody wants that.
I mean, you're right. That's true. So, man, that Taxi Driver movie.
Yeah, Queen Latifah was great in it. Okay, so the movie, you've heard the description, is incredibly graphic, incredibly violent, and has incredibly adult themes. For this, the Motion Picture Association of America gave it an X rating. At that point, Columbia Pictures begins forcing Martin Scorsese to cut crucial parts out, and apparently the relationship between Scorsese and the studio was already not on great terms during production. So when we get to post-production, they're not happy at all about the X rating because, of course, that is going to limit the amount of audiences they're going to get.
Yeah, it's going to prevent them from making money, bro.
That's right. So,
fuck.
Apparently there was a rumor that Scorsese stayed up all night after being told to cut these parts out of the movie, getting drunk, gun in his lap, basically preparing to go the next morning to Columbia Studios and shoot the head of the company. And friends had to talk him down, but this was never proven and probably wildly exaggerated.
I believe it 100%.
I don't know. Well, apparently Spielberg, being one of the friends, the other two being Brian De Palma and John Milius, Spielberg claims he did threaten it, but he was just mad and wanted us to feel that rage with him. He never actually made any plans to carry it out to his knowledge. So, which I'm surprised. John Milius is not the one to bring to that situation, because he'll be like, yeah, fucking shoot him. You can use my gun. I got it right here. I keep that fucking thing on me. Do you know, are you familiar with John Milius?
Not initially. The name doesn't sound familiar.
I watched a biography on the dude a while back. I wasn't familiar with him either, but he did a lot of great writing work. He made several really great films. He wrote Apocalypse Now.
Oh, snap.
He wrote, I wanted to say he wrote Point Break, but I could be wrong on that one. But he did write and direct Red Dawn, the original.
Okay.
Which is another episode concerning Reagan that we'll do somewhere down the line.
Because everybody loves Reagan, am I right?
That's right. Especially this guy we got coming up that I'm going to tell you about here in 1 second. Reagan's biggest fucking fan. Yes, basically they managed to get an R rating for the film. Scorsese distorts some of the violence with some added grain to the footage. And also he gets support from another exec. But the studio overall does not have much faith in him. So when the film is released on February 8th, 1976, it is only released initially, I believe, in 2 theaters. However, it becomes nominated for Best Actor, Best Actress, Best Picture, and Best Original Score for the score from Bernard Herrmann, who did music for Vertigo, The Day the Earth Stood Still, and his very first Hollywood project was Citizen Kane.
Oh.
Yes.
That little movie.
Yes, this was John Williams or Hans Zimmerman for back in the day. So, film is released February 8th, 1976, goes on to become a wicked success. Fun fact, Bernard Herrmann, who did the score, comparable to John Williams, comparable to Hans Zimmer.
Shout outs to John Williams. Didn't he just finish his last movie, right?
What, Indiana Jones 5000 or something?
Sure. I'm pretty sure it's Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
But I think he's done. He has crazy long career.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing but bops. You know what I mean?
So, funny you say that. Taxi Driver would be Bernard Herrmann's last project.
Whoa!
He died about a month or two before the film released.
Damn.
Yep. An
That's
OG.
crazy.
So, yeah. Good for Taxi Driver, good for Scorsese. Enter a young man by the name of John Hinckley Jr. John Hinckley Jr.
Sounds like a pretty chill dude. Just by the name, sounds like a pretty chill dude.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. John Hinckley Jr., I believe, was 20 years old. I'm not sure what his birthday is. Could have been 19. But roughly 19, 20 years old when the film is released. He comes from a well-off family in University Park, Texas. His father is an oil exec. His mom is an agoraphobic shut-in. Basically, he sees Taxi Driver. He wants to be a musician. He moves to Hollywood, sees Taxi Driver at least 15 times, reportedly, and reads and rereads, again and again, the novel adaptation by Richard Ellman and Paul Schrader. Becoming...
Can I ask a quick question?
Yes.
Have you ever obsessed over a movie that so much that you've watched 16 times?
Yeah, I mean, there are probably several movies I've seen at least 15 times.
Yeah, same.
In my life, you know.
I was just wondering.
Sure, I mean...
You might be the next John Hinckley Jr.
That's right. See, I'm just thinking, like, all the ones I've watched 15 times at least are, like, all comedies, so... They're gonna...
That's fair.
They're gonna catch me at John C. Reilly's house.
Wait,
quoting Walk Hard? Yes. You don't want no part of this shit, do we?
You don't want no part of this.
He's like, yo, man, I have better movies for one. Like,
that's funny.
Yeah.
All right, sorry.
No, you're fine. Have you? I mean,
watched?
What?
Were you gonna ask what movie have I seen?
Yeah. What are some movies you've seen probably at least 15 times?
I'm kind of ashamed of it a little bit now, but I mean the movie's good. It's just it's the first one that comes off the top of my head was Inception.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, I watched that movie. Well, and my job facilitated me the ability to watch movies a bunch of times. Yeah. Because I could watch them for free when back in high school and stuff like that. High school, early college.
Yes, that's
and fair. Another one. So, Inception, I got all my friends who had not watched Inception to make them watch Inception because I wanted everyone to know the gospel of Inception. Then Mad Max. Fury Road.
That's fair. I haven't seen that one.
Whoa!
No,
at all?
No. I have not seen that one nearly as much, but I have seen it several times. It is a good one.
Okay.
Yes, I have seen both Inception and Mad Max. I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty sure I've watched Inception once, maybe twice. Yeah.
I feel pretty comfortable saying I've watched it 20 times.
Fair.
At least.
That's fair. If you like it, you like it. That's the beauty of film.
Yeah, no, it's a really good movie.
Yeah.
Big fan.
Um,
Definitely one of my faves.
there. So then that's your favorite Christopher Nolan movie?
Yeah, I can say that pretty. I can say that. Yeah.
Okay.
But he has a lot of good movies, you know.
Sure. No, he has plenty of great
I
movies.
always feel bad saying you know, I like a movie over the other ones because I feel like the natural like reaction is like, oh, you think all the other movies are like bad.
Yeah. No.
But yeah,
Yeah.
all movies are pretty great. Have you seen the new movie he's got coming out?
What? Dunkirk?
No,
No.
Oppenheimer.
Oh, Oppenheimer. No, I haven't.
Oh man, that movie looks fucking crazy.
I haven't seen the trailer. I don't think.
Yeah, the trailer.
Mm.
I saw the trailer. I saw it, the trailer for it, in front of the movie I'll be talking about in the next section.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. But the trailer fucking blew me away. I'm really excited for that movie. I don't even know when it comes out.
Okay. The next section. Okay, so continuing. John Hinckley Jr. wants to be a famous musician, so he goes to Hollywood where he becomes obsessed with Taxi Driver and really does not do much to jumpstart his music career. Ends up giving up, begrudgingly moving back to his hometown, going to Texas Tech.
Thanks.
Yeah, and
that was mean. Texas Tech is fine. I shouldn't have did that.
I'm not familiar, but it's in something called Lubbock, Texas.
Well, yeah, any part of Texas sucks.
Yeah,
And I don't care to be offensive to Texas.
Yeah, it's true. They got a lot going on. They need to work out.
There are people that are cool in Texas. I'm not gonna say all the people in Texas suck, but like overall area, like they kind of suck. You know?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Overall, like Texas has Ted Cruz. That's enough reason to not go there.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm good on the fucking Zodiac shit.
So he moves back to Texas.
He moves back to Texas, goes to Texas Tech, is very distraught about his failed music career. Basically, this entire time he's just kind of living off his parents' dime. Doesn't really have a job, starting to piss his parents off, and he ends up moving around the country like a lot. What he does is he decides, hey, I want to go to Yale. I'm going to take some writing classes at Yale. Please give me $3,600 so I can go to Yale and attend school in New Haven. And his parents give it to him, and he does not enroll in Yale at all. But you know who is enrolled in Yale? Jodie Foster, who at the time is taking a break from her acting career to finish college because she is not even 18. And unfortunately,
I didn't know about this.
In watching Taxi Driver repeatedly and becoming obsessed with the film, he also becomes obsessed with Jodie Foster, even though she's 12 in that movie and he is 20.
Jesus fucking Christ.
He goes to Yale and begins stalking Jodie Foster. So he begins leaving notes in her mailbox. He begins calling her. They talk on the phone several times, and he's just not even vaguely, just blatantly creepy and will not leave her alone. He is harassing her, and there are several phone calls between her and John Hinckley Jr. They are public. You can go find them if you want to listen to them or him being creepy. And it seems at first Jodie Foster's trying to be nice about it, kind of like a lot of women do when they're being harassed. They try to, politely decline, and then John Hinckley Jr. won't stop, and so she keeps trying to tell him, you gotta stop pestering me, etc., etc. And she basically just stops responding to him, won't take his calls, things like that. And he's moving around a lot. Like by 1980, he's he in the span of a month in like October, he flies to 5 to 10 different states back and forth. Basically, he's following Carter around, who is president at the time.
Oh.
He's stalking Carter as well, very similarly to the way Travis Bickle stalks the politician in the film. And this is in multiple cities. And apparently at one point, there was a picture of John Hinckley Jr. no less than 20 feet away from Carter. Which, at the time, doesn't give him much. Yeah, exactly. At the time, you wouldn't bat an eye, but in hindsight, yes. So, basically, this is going on. So, his love goes unrequited by Jodie Foster. His parents refuse to give him any more money or even allow him to move back in with them. He's in Colorado for a little bit, and he ODs on some antidepressants. And this is kind of his parents get him to see a psychiatrist, and he doesn't tell the psychiatrist anything about his thoughts of assassination or anything like that. And then he just doesn't get a job. He refuses to do anything else, and his dad says, "All right, here's $200. You're not moving back in with me. I'm not giving you any more money. Good luck."
Jeez.
Yeah. I suppose after that, he uses the $200 on motels, food, or whatever. Same thing, he's just kind of loafing around. He visits his mom, unbeknownst to his father, during this period in early 1981. Then he goes back to Washington, D.C. March 29th, he checks into the Park Central Hotel. The next morning, he gets up, goes to breakfast, gets the Washington Star newspaper, which has the time and place that Reagan will be speaking to unions for a labor convention. He writes a letter to Jodie Foster, professing his love and his motives, which he ends with, "I will admit to you that the reason I'm going ahead with this attempt now is because I just cannot wait any longer to impress you. I've got to do something now to make you understand in no uncertain terms that I am doing all of this for your sake. By sacrificing my freedom, oh god, this dude's nuts, and possibly my life, I hope to change your mind about me. This letter is being written only an hour before I leave for the Hilton Hotel," which is where Reagan will be to give his speech. "Jodie, I'm asking you to please look into your heart and at least give me the chance, with this historical deed, to gain your respect and love." Yeah.
He's fucking really creepy. Jesus Christ.
It's super weird. And that's just the last part. I mean, the letter is online. I'm not...
Yeah, I'll never read it.
Yeah, don't. I read the whole thing. It's just basically all that. "Jodie, why don't you love me? I'm gonna shoot Reagan, and then you'll love me," is basically what is going on in his mind. At 1:30 p.m., he takes a cab to the Washington, D.C. Hilton Hotel. At 1:45, Reagan arrives, goes inside, waves to the crowd, which Hinckley Jr. stands amongst. At 2:25, after Reagan speaks, he is leaving, walking to his limo, and that is when Hinckley fires 6 shots from his .22 revolver. The first bullet immediately kills Press Secretary James Brady. The second bullet hits Officer Thomas Delahanty in the back. Third bullet misses, hits the building. Fourth bullet hits a Secret Service agent, Tim McCarthy. Fifth bullet hits the limo window. And the sixth bullet ricochets off the limo and hits Reagan under the armpit. The bullet grazes his ribs and becomes lodged in his lung. Jeez. And he is immediately rushed to the hospital. where he undergoes a 2-hour surgery to save his life.
Man, I vaguely knew about this assassination attempt, and the whole time I don't know why I just thought like Reagan got out like harm with no harm done to him.
Well, that's what they thought initially. Basically, press secretary was killed. He had been shot in the head on the first bullet. And his another officer got hit. His Secret Service agent was also hit. So he was really concerned about his staff, and they didn't even notice when they started pulling away that he had been hit until he started coughing up blood in the limo.
Oh wow! I think I saw a clip of like it happening.
Yeah.
And from that clip, it looked like he didn't get shot, but I guess he did. That's crazy.
Yeah, no, it ricocheted off the limo to hit him, and I agree there, and that's the thing here. The entire thing was filmed. Someone was filming Reagan coming out of the building, and they got the entire incident on camera. Again, it is public. You can go see it if you wish. I'm not going to say you should or recommend it, but it is out there. So basically, that becomes the deal. It's not a question of if Hinckley did it, because obviously he did it. It's a question of why. Basically, we move into the insanity trial. Reagan gets rushed to the hospital. Hinckley's tackled to the ground. They search his hotel room shortly after, and police find 5 pictures of Jodie Foster, some ammunition boxes, pages of Hinckley's writings, books that, your standard crazy white guy would keep. Catcher in the Rye, The Skyjacker, and, of course, Taxi Driver, amongst others. They found Valium, Drixerol, Sermontal, and postcard with Nancy Reagan and Ronald Reagan on it. As well as a note to Jodie Foster, apparently, I guess he had not dropped off, that simply had the words written on it, "You're a virgin, aren't you?" ?
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Again, at this time, Jodie Foster had just turned 18, and he is 25.
It's just so stupid that he's even concerned about it. I don't know. Yeah. That's just so absurd.
Yeah. I mean, and and of course that's the, clearly this is, I can't give a clinical opinion, but clearly this guy is mentally unwell, clearly narcissistic, and that's kind of the common thread here. And with most stalkers, even in his writing in the letter, you can get the sense like, oh, I'm so magnificent and I'll make you see how magnificent I am, So that was March 30th, 1981. They go to court. Reagan recovers, and they start the insanity trial. Basically, they need to prove, key thing being here, the prosecution has to prove that he was not insane.
Wait. Oh.
Yes. So.
Okay.
Apparently, they get into it. They're arguing, well, hey, no, he did this and this beforehand, so clearly he had the state of mind to do these things. And then, of course, there's the argument, all right, well, he did all these insane ramblings, blah, blah, blah. But the defense and the prosecution brought in their own psychiatric experts who, of course, obviously both sides was like, the defense side's, the defense expert testimony, the psychiatrist said that he was totally insane, and the prosecution psychiatrist that testified said he was absolutely not insane. So it's kind of like a he said, she said there. And during the trial, John Hinckley Jr. insists that he will no longer cooperate with his legal team if they do not get Jodie Foster to testify.
What the fuck? This is so weird. Oh my god.
Correct. Eventually, his legal team gives in. They work it out with Jodie Foster's legal team.
God.
And on March 30th, 1982, 1 year to the day after the assassination attempt, Hinckley and Jodie and the judge and the legal teams all go into a private session where Jodie testifies that she never tried to urge him on. She has no interest in him. When asked, what is your relationship to John Hinckley Jr., she said, I have no relationship to John Hinckley Jr. She walks out the room at the end of it, and Hinckley throws a ballpoint pen at her as she leaves and screams, I'll get you, Foster.
Oh my god. I feel so bad for her.
Yeah, dude.
Oh my god.
Honestly, I feel so bad for her. This is not the only time in her life this has happened. In 2016, she had another stalker.
That sucks.
Yeah.
That's so dog shit.
Dude, really though. And again, she's 18, 19 when this trial's going on. Dude, she's not even 20 years old yet.
That's gotta fuck with you, you know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. Has to. Which, I'm sure... thinking about it from a filmmaker standpoint, I'm sure she had to use a lot of that in Silence of the Lambs, right? Her,
maybe, yeah.
You know, how she has to... Her character, Clarice, has to toughen up in the face of these psychopaths. And, I mean, she's already experienced in having to not let these psychopaths dictate her life, right?
Yeah.
So, June 21st, 1982, jury finds John Hinckley Jr. not guilty by reason of insanity. And he is committed to mental hospital. And 1 month later, U.S. Congress begins insanity defense reform.
Oh.
First proposed by Senator Alan Specter and supported by none other than Ronald Reagan. Basically, House and Senate passes legislation to shift the burden of proof for insanity from the prosecution to the offense. So now the defense, instead of the prosecution having to determine that they were not insane or prove that they were not insane, now defense has to prove that they were. It also limits expert witness in regards to their state of mind during the offense. They need to come up with proof that there's something causing their insanity, some form of legitimate illness causing them to be out of touch with reality prior to the offense. However, no longer can psychiatrists come in and act as an expert witness attesting to their level of insanity when the actual crime was committed.
Man. Hold up. What year was that?
This is 1982.
Man. So, like, I was just doing a quick little Google search. That's like... I don't know, it's just so interesting. Like, that's like another angle where just the Reagan administration was like so outwardly against I don't know if I would say so, like I want to say like mental health in general, like placing the burden on like the potentially insane person to prove that they're insane, rather than putting the burden of proof on, like, our system is created in such a way where it's supposed to be like the prosecution's burden, right? To prove guilt. And I guess there was another thing they did in 1980 that I looked up.
Yeah.
Where they reduced funding in mental health institutions in 1980. And I don't know, I just find it interesting. Like,
Yeah.
how against... I don't want to say... Yeah, people with, like, I guess more intense mental health issues, like, how much the administration was, like, kind of against those people, in a way.
Sure. Well,
And they've just done so much. And I do know it was triggered by an event that was really, like, tragic, killing a person and someone getting shot. But I just find it interesting.
honestly, that is a really good point. And if you think about it, if that happened in 1980, that was really the pivotal time for John Hinckley Jr. If, of course, we can't condone Hinckley's actions.
No.
What he did was wrong. What he did hurt people.
Yeah, he's a creepy fucking dude.
Yeah, sure. But had the system not failed him, had John Hinckley Jr. gotten help in 1980 before any of this spiraled out of control, it could have been avoided.
Yeah, no, it's possible that, like, the reduction in mental health systems in 1980, that reduction in funding could have been the very thing that, like, made sure he didn't get the help he should have got, you know?
Yeah.
And could have prevented everything.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's just a shitty situation all around.
Yeah.
John Hinckley Jr. was...
Man, you know, kind of reminds... kind of reminds me of that movie that came out a few years ago, you know?
yeah.
Joker.
Yes.
About a man, you know, man being failed by the system.
I'm not gonna lie.
What?
Well, no, honestly, I really feel like Joker had to have taken so much from Taxi Driver.
Yeah. Well, the director, God, what is his name? I forgot the director's name. But he openly said that, like, he took a lot from Taxi Driver, and it's pretty obvious.
It is pretty obvious. The entire vibe, the aesthetic, all of it. And I mean the plot itself. It's crazy, man. Well, and see, that's another. Yeah. Just as a postscript to that story, John Hinckley Jr. was released to the care of his family, basically house arrest in 2016, and he was given unconditional release 2 months ago.
Whoa, Jesus fucking Christ.
And Jodie Foster reportedly was quite horrified to learn that he was out in the public.
That is, again. Yeah, fuck! God!
Yeah, dude. Christ. I fucking feel bad for her, man. That
my God.
That just sucks. And as we mentioned, the system failed John Hinckley Jr. in its own way, but dude, Jesus, man. Some dude stalks you, then tries to kill the president immediately after, writes a love letter to you the morning before, like, he tries to hold you accountable for him attempting to kill a sitting president. And then he just gets out scot-free, it feels like, 40 years later.
Yeah.
That's a shit, man.
Dog shit.
That's shitty.
I can't even imagine the amount of, like, stress and anxiety that creates,
Yeah. Jodie Foster, of course, goes on to be an incredible actress. I mean, she already was on her way to being an incredible actress. She was. Even at 12 years old, she's winning Oscars. Or nominated for an Oscar. Yeah. And, last I heard, John Hinckley Jr. is trying to make it again as a musician. He has his own YouTube channel and recently had a booked New York City gig canceled because they found out who he was.
What a strange world we live in.
Yeah, man.
That's so weird. I can't believe you said he had a YouTube channel.
He does, dude. And of course, he's come out and he's apologized for his actions.
Okay.
But I mean, I don't know if that I don't know if that helps at this point.
It's just so strange. I don't know.
Yeah.
Man.
I mean, yeah, dude, you killed one person. I don't know. I'm actually not sure if the Secret Service agent and or the police officer died. But his Reagan's press secretary died immediately. So, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know if that's something you can forgive, and that's the argument we ask ourselves when we talk about the insanity defense. But the legislation that was passed as a result of Hinckley's actions are, I believe, still what is followed today. So that is the story of how Taxi Driver inadvertently contributed to the attempted assassination of President Ronald Reagan.
Dun-dun-dun.
I mean, yeah, that's not really a good note to end on, man. It's just a fucking, much like Taxi Driver, it's just fucking dark from beginning to end.
Yeah, I didn't know how creepy this was. I just thought he wanted to kill Ronald Reagan. I didn't know.
No,
I didn't know about the Jodie Foster obsession shit.
Well, so that's
really weird.
Yeah, that's the really interesting part. The guy I mentioned inspired Taxi Driver originally, I believe Arthur Bremer. They found they also raided his room, and basically they found so much similar things to what Travis Bickle had, John Hinckley, just writings, ramblings, collections of like guns and stuff. And that was the other thing too. John Hinckley Jr. was like modeling himself after Travis Bickle from the movie. That's how heavily influenced he was. He picked up guns as a hobby, just like Travis Bickle does in the movie. He makes up a fake girlfriend in letters to his parents, just like Travis Bickle did in the movie. So this guy, Arthur Bremer, dictated that they found in his writing that he was obsessed with violence, and it really wasn't targeted at any particular politician, although they did find Confederate flags and things that would suggest he was more conservative leaning. But that's the interesting thing. He shot George Wallace, who was a very prolific politician, notable because of how racist he was, and he was a full-blown segregationist. And he tried to... This dude that also had Confederate flags in his room tried to shoot this racist guy. You would think they would have similar values, but he shot him anyway. And that's the thing they figure you see with Hinckley. He stalked Carter first, who was a Democrat. Then he just switches to Reagan because that's who's in office, man. It's... the politics are not what motivated him at all. It was his own ego and what he viewed as unfair circumstances. Why doesn't Jodie Foster love me?
Yeah, it's real sad.
Yeah, real sad, man. All around. So yeah, that is our past presentation for today. So yeah, I really fucking hope you got a lighter movie for the present segment.
Sort of.
Alright.
It's lighter. Yeah. It's not nearly as creepy and dark as that shit.
Yeah.
It's been about a week and a half now, but a movie I saw on $6 Tuesdays in Seattle. Super nice.
Hell yeah. How much are the snacks though?
I feel really bad saying this because I used to always get concessions and stuff. Yeah. But I actually just stopped getting concessions. at the movies now.
Yeah,
because it's just so.
It's like $100.
I just don't want to put a down payment on some damn popcorn and some damn soda pop. Okay.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So, I'm being a little dramatic, but like I really
no, you're not. Like you're not, bro.
So
that's like,
yeah, I just go in there for my $6 movie. I enjoy my movie. I usually like do dinner or lunch or whatever.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, it's super nice.
Are you like the one? You're not one of the people that like brings a full blown meal into the theater?
No.
Like you wear like a really big coat. You just pull out a bunch of shit wrapped in
No. I eat before. Yeah.
Just pull out Tupperware.
Like, when I used to work at the movie theater, this is so crazy. One of the craziest things I found was like there was like a whole half of a row of just like KFC chicken.
What?
Like there was like 4 buckets. Like everyone had their KFC cups, and like there's like 5 boxes of sides, and I was just like, I don't know. I was actually just so amazed that they snuck all that in. I was just like, they're gods, right? Like, how did they do this? This is amazing.
But how do you do that?
I don't know. I'm actually so stunned. Just maybe a bunch of big purses, maybe. I don't know. But man, they fucking chowed down in that theater. Anyway, concessions suck. I don't get concessions as much, although I love the shit out of popcorn. Wish I could get that more often. Anyway, the movie.
Yes.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Directed by my man, Jordan Peele. Okay.
Nice.
We go way back.
Yeah. You guys tight?
Yeah, we're pretty tight. I think he's thinking about putting me in his next film. So, if you're hearing this, Jordan, I'm ready. Okay.
Yeah, but you got you already were informed he's eyeing you for the project, so you have his number.
Oh yeah. No, we're like I said, we're super tight.
Oh, okay, good.
So you can, Jordan, you can hit me up. Let me be the protagonist next movie. That'd be super sick.
You don't want to be the antagonist? Well, no, you can't be. You're not white.
Yeah. So
like,
let's talk about Nope and Jordan Peele a little bit, okay?
Yeah.
First off, have you seen his other films?
I have seen Get Out. I have not seen Us.
Oh, man. Okay. Man, now I gotta figure out how I want to talk about this.
Oh, no. Would it have been better if I had seen Us and not
Maybe. Because I don't know how much I want to say about Us now.
God damn it.
But,
okay.
I'll try and speak broadly about it without giving too many plot details. So, okay. Get Out. What were your thoughts about Get Out?
Oh, it was great. I mean, it was absolutely great. It was, obviously the blend of horror and comedy is not always easy to do.
With a dash of some social commentary.
Yeah, I mean,
excuse me.
I think it was steeped in social commentary, but it was incredibly subtle. It managed to blend this surrealism into the story, and it blended really, really well with the horror, because horror often has that surreal aspect to it anyway.
Yeah.
So using that to speak about to have that social commentary in a really effective way, and still add comedy into it, man.
Really funny comedy.
Yeah, dude, absolutely, like, super great. Really, from the parts that were terrifying to the parts that just made you so uncomfortable.
Yeah, man. And, like, again, I'll like always say this. All I want from the art I consume is to make me feel, you know?
Yeah.
And that movie both made me feel extremely uncomfortable, but also like laugh hysterically.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. Get Out, great.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, that takes us to the second movie, Us, which you haven't seen, so I'm going to try and be vague, but this one there's still comedy, but it's dialed back, I would say, pretty considerably in comparison to Get Out, and it's more of a straight horror movie.
Okay.
It's more of a straight horror movie than I would say Get Out was. I felt like...
Okay.
I felt like, you know, Get Out kind of gave me the expectation going into that movie that it was going to be like a lot more cerebral. And I hate this. It's not that it's like you don't think in the movie at all, but like it's just a little bit more. How should I put it? Like, there's a lot going on in the story. I don't want to like take away from that, but I guess there's a lot more moments of tension in Us. With Get Out, it feels like basically like a slow burn, like slow build. There's like moments of creepiness, you know some shit's going down, and then it kind of pays off all in the climax of the movie.
Yeah.
This one, there is consistent, like, constant points of tension throughout the whole movie. And it, like, fucking... Oh,
like,
man.
Like, does it maintain it in an Uncut Gems kind of way, or...
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I would say that.
Okay.
Like, and, you know, there's still humor in there, but it's a lot... I would say more fast-paced. There's more of a tempo to it. And, yeah, I love it. It's great. It's fucking creepy as shit. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. That's...
man, it makes me feel so uncomfortable. I love it, though.
Are the stories... are all three stories connected at all, or...
Not at all, from what I understand.
Okay.
And that's what I was gonna say. That comes to like, Nope. All three of these films are like, I think they're all great, for one, but they're so different. They're like almost like slightly different genres, even though you have this giant umbrella that is horror.
Yeah.
But, like, Get Out feels more like, I guess, kind of more in the suspense realm, Us feels kind of more in the realm of, like, a slasher, There's a lot of slasher influences there, but, like, the story's still really crazy. And then Nope is like a more like suspense, like sci-fi horror.
Yeah, because it involves aliens, correct?
Yeah. Jesus.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
All right.
Man. So, I know I've been talking about all these other movies, but the movie Nope I highly recommend it, and there's just certain movies out there, right, that I just think need to be seen in theaters. This is one of them. I think it'll really help the viewing experience. I'm sure you can still watch it on, your TV and it'd be fine, but I just feel like the theater experience would enhance it Considerably.
So is AMC paying you more or less than Nicole Kidman for this?
I wish AMC was paying me. But yeah.
And do they do $6 movie days?
It's also got Daniel Kaluuya, which was the main actor.
Yes.
In Get Out.
Yes.
Newcomer, well, not newcomer to like movies or anything, but Keke Palmer. They play brother and sister.
Yeah.
And I don't even know how much I want to say. I'll just say like Daniel Kaluuya plays more of like a low-key type character, like very stoic, man of very little words.
Yeah.
And it works really well with Keke Palmer's character, who's just really outgoing, like big personality. And yeah. Jordan Peterson. Oh my God. Jordan Peele. Oh, that's so stupid. Sorry. Jordan Peele. Not Jordan Peterson.
We'd already talked about the psychology section. So.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. Anyway.
Yes. Jordan Peele
is really good at just making interesting characters, man, that I care about.
Jordan Peele is just, you could have stopped it just really good. He's just really already proved himself a comedic powerhouse by the time he left his show. And since then has just evolved, man.
So with no, all I'll just say is there's a really good job of like creating and sustaining tensions for very uncomfortable amounts of time. Man, it's just really interesting. He just does a lot of really interesting things that like cause me like terror, you know?
Yeah.
And it's from how it's shot, how things are acted, you know, the sound design specifically, you know, like it's just so, as a whole, just so beautifully crafted. Okay. It's awesome. Really good.
I'm looking forward
highly
to it.
Recommend it.
I think I'll definitely watch that. I think I'll want. Well, no, I was gonna say I want to watch Us first, but I guess I don't really need to.
No, yeah, you can watch in any order. They're all good movies, great movies.
Yeah,
would recommend.
Oh yeah, I'll watch them. I love Daniel Kaluuya. I love Keke Palmer, but I think Daniel Kaluuya is such. Yeah, Daniel Kaluuya. Did I say Kaluuya?
Close enough.
Yeah, Daniel Kaluuya.
But yeah, no, it's a great movie.
Yeah.
I don't know if I missed anything that I can say that's not too big of a spoiler.
I'm not gonna lie, like I don't know. Maybe not. I was gonna say like you should have been cast as Fred Hampton. Because you look just like him. It's not even
in the Judas and the Black Messiah.
Yeah. I mean, he did great, but like, based off what I saw, I actually have not.
Oh, you haven't seen the movie?
No.
It's really good.
Not all the way through. Same thing. I watched like the first 20 minutes and.
Would recommend watching.
Yeah. I want to finish that then. I'm put on because like. Yeah.
So
he's great, but like you look exactly like Fred Hampton, and you're a great actor. I feel like you could have done it. That's just my 2 cents.
Well, yeah. I mean, I know I'm a great actor.
Yeah.
I got snubbed for an Oscar in 2018.
Oh, that's true.
That's fine. I'm not bitter.
Yeah. It's alright. They Taxi Driver got snubbed too. It didn't actually win any of those Oscars. It was just nominated.
Well, to be fair, I was more deserving than Taxi Driver. So.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Well, I care about that. You know?
Yeah. It did win the Palme d'Or, though. Yeah, no, I was talking about John Milius. We'll talk about him later, too, man. Yeah, I'll... God, because that's going to be its own episode. Red Dawn and
Taxi starring Jimmy Fallon.
Yes, exactly. That's its own... That's a two-parter.
So yeah, that was our movie from the present. A great fucking movie. Ugh.
That's right.
And actually, before we move on, very important, I'm going to put y'all on the spot on the podcast. Have you seen Everything, Everywhere, All at Once yet?
No, not all the way through. I started... No. I started watching it. I'm like 20 minutes in, I think. 20 or 30 minutes in. And then my son woke up. So, yeah. But no, I have started it. I'm really enjoying it so far. I really enjoy the style of the cinematography so far, and also the script is really good. I love. I think it's Ke Huy Quan.
Admittedly, not ringing any bells.
I think so. No, but I'm loving him. He plays the husband, the dad.
Oh!
Yeah, I just got to the part where, like, he shoved her into another dimension out of the elevator. Like, I just got to that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't know his name. Crap, he's really good.
And I don't feel like that's a spoiler, because that happens pretty early on.
It is technically a spoiler.
Okay.
But yeah, finish that movie.
Yes. I'm going to be finishing that hopefully tomorrow. Definitely this week, because I'm enjoying it.
Now it's time for the future.
Yes. The future. Yeah, a movie I'm excited to see. Only one really comes to mind at the moment. Clerks.
Is it Halloween again?
3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And you know what? A lot of people will say I have no taste for being a Kevin Smith fan, but I am. I'm a very big Kevin Smith fan because, Adam, I agree with you. Your effort is what makes your art. Your spirit. The spirit that you put into your art, and Kevin Smith puts a lot of spirit into his art. I love several of his films. Clerks 1 was great. Clerks 2 is possibly my favorite. Have you seen any Kevin Smith films?
Yeah.
Which ones?
Most of them.
Oh. Okay. Do you have a favorite?
I have a least favorite.
Oh, which one?
Wait, he did do Tusk, right?
He did do Tusk.
Yeah, that movie made me... I did not like that movie.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. A lot of people didn't like that movie.
That experience was just not ideal. Is about the best way I can say it.
Yeah. And it's terrible because I love Justin Long as a comedic actor.
He's great.
Yeah,
but not that.
Not in that form. I guess. I don't know.
I can't not recommend this movie more.
You can't. You couldn't like.
Recommend it. I can't.
You couldn't disrecommend it anymore.
Yeah, like. Yeah. I hate to say that.
No, I mean, no. That's. I'm not gonna lie. Still haven't seen it. I'm a huge Kevin Smith fan. I still haven't seen it. I'm scared. I don't want to hate one of his movies. It's because I love him as a filmmaker so much that I don't want to see it.
Yeah, I mean,
I've seen its follow-up, Yoga Hosers.
I did not see that.
Oh, it was not great. It had funny parts. It was kind of funny, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't watch Tusk.
All right.
Please.
I've made.
But Clerks are good.
Yeah, Clerks is good. Dogma is pretty amazing. That for me, that's a special film. That's a special movie, man. It says so much about religion and spirituality. And it's so fucking funny and has such great performances. You know, Alan Rickman.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, George Carlin.
Rest in peace.
Ben Affleck. And Matt Damon, of course. Chris Rock. Jeez.
Yeah.
Great in that movie. Selma Hayek, also good. Alanis Morissette does a good job. Everybody's in that movie.
Who's in Clerks 3?
Pretty much everybody that was in Clerks 2, and I believe some people from Clerks 1 are coming back. So Rosario Dawson will be in Clerks 3.
Nice.
I think Ben Affleck might be in there somewhere, but I don't know. Rosario Dawson is probably the biggest name. Other than that, it's all the smaller actors that were...
Man, I have the biggest crush on Rosario Dawson.
Yeah.
I'm just putting that out into the world, hoping that gets back to her, and then, you know.
Yeah, ask Jordan to tell her for you.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
You should do that.
Yeah, I'll call Jordan Peele. he'll hook us up.
You know, I was gonna say he's got her on speed dial. That's an outdated reference. Fuck is speed dial?
Yep, we're old.
Yeah. Remember when I'm fucking so old, man. Like, I'm not even that old, but I just feel old. I've seen too much in the advancement of technology. Right? Like, isn't that it? Like, I remember when the, like, coolest phone was a Motorola Razor.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was...
Remember the damn BlackBerry?
Oh, God, yeah. I remember when that was the shit. Like, that used to be, like, the most advanced phone. Then iPhone came out and took a shit on it. Anymore. Yeah, no, they don't support it anymore, right? It didn't happen, like, a year ago or something? They ended support on Blackberries?
I actually don't know. I just haven't seen a BlackBerry in, like, 8 years, it feels like.
But yeah, I'm excited for Clerks 3. That's really everything I can mention right now. Last time I did my future movie, I said Halloween, and the trailer has come out for that, and I'm still excited. Although I have no idea what is happening in this one because the trailer was pretty vague. So, but it doesn't have to be real specific, because I promise you one thing: Michael Myers is going to be killing some motherfuckers. So, I know that much.
We'll see. They might throw a plot twist in there.
They might. I don't know. Michael Myers doesn't kill anybody?
Goes on vacation.
Yeah, right.
Gets through his trauma.
Exactly.
And becomes a better person.
That's right. Exactly.
Through live, laugh, love.
Yeah, exactly. He'll spend...
that would be a pretty interesting movie. I would watch that.
Yeah, like the Michael Myers goes to anger management movie.
Michael Myers gets his groove back.
Yeah, baby.
We definitely need to have an Austin Powers episode.
What did Austin Powers do? Like, renew? I mean, because everybody just started saying, yeah, baby? Like...
We'll figure it out.
I don't know. We'll work it in there somewhere. I'm down. I'm always down for Austin Powers.
Sharks with freaking laser beams.
All I asked for was sharks with laser beams attached to their heads. Mini-me, unveil the laser. Yo, so like in 5th grade, I would reenact that part, including like, and I would do the same motion that Mini-Me was doing, and I would pretend to hump a laser that was in front of me. and all the other guys in my class started doing it. Basically, but what turned into me doing that scene from me unveil the laser, and I would like hum the music that went in the scene. So like I would just be humping the air and going da 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 da, and eventually all the guys in my class just started doing that part, like just the humping and the music, and it became a problem. And, like, the teacher had to expressly tell our entire class, please stop doing this. I don't even know how she described it. It's like, she described it as, like, please stop these obscene gestures. And I was like, oh, so someone butchered it. It wasn't even funny when they did it. But yeah, Kevin Smith, Clerks 3. I'm excited to check it out.
Woo woo.
Yeah, so I guess that's pretty much a wrap on episode 3. We're gonna be back next time, and it'll be reversed, and we're gonna cha-cha real smooth.
We'll just say, I can't wait to sink my teeth in the next one. It's about Jaws.
Yes. So, Adam is going to give us a presentation on Jaws and the unique way that Jaws had an impact on society and on history, as we do on film thropology.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up.
Yeah. Is it really?
Yeah.
Is it really? Oh, shit. I'm not gonna lie. I expect this to just be like a... Yeah, everybody's scared of sharks, and so... But I expected it to be like a Bambi type thing again, you know? Like, it just affected, like, shark population or something.
We'll get into it.
Okay. Because if it's... I'm not gonna lie, I'll be very intrigued if it's, like, more fucked up than I thought it was. Yeah, you know what? I'm excited. I'll say that. I eagerly await.